Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chicken Possible with Rewards Hunter, back with another Xbox Game Pass monthly quest guide. So for the month of January, we have got a quest for the game Monster Hunter World that we need to complete for 75 rewards points. And the objective is to hunt one large monster within Monster Hunter World, which is not actually terribly difficult, but there is a lot of work to do to get to the point where you actually fight the one large monster. So I'm going to kind of summarize the introduction to this game a little bit, but you're going to have some work to do to catch up with me, because I'm going to skip a big chunk of the beginning here. Plan for about an hour to complete this quest, I would say. It takes a while just to get to the point where you're actually fighting the monster, and I'm assuming you're starting from scratch with a new game, so that's the approach I took. Even though I had played this a bit last year, I started with a new game, and I had forgotten how many cutscenes, how many unskippable cutscenes there are at the beginning of this game, and actually you have to go through two other quests, so I'm going to quickly show you those two other quests within the game that you have to run through. So you'll know that you're making some good progress when you get to the town of Astera. This is kind of the hub world for Monster Hunter World. And you'll meet your handler here, and she's going to set you up on all of your quests that you're going to go through. She's usually denoted by sort of a red asterisk icon on the map, so if you're looking for her or your next objective while you're here, you should follow that. So the first mission that your handler will send you on is to fight 7 Jagras, which are these small little yellow lizard guys. I would definitely not recommend using this same weapon that I'm using, by the way. It was called an axe, but it's like an opening and closing sword. Terrible weapon. I would recommend the double-bladed sort of spear. You'll see me using that in just a minute. That worked much better just mashing the Y and B buttons, but we'll talk more about combat. So this is the first mission that you'll pass through, is the 7 Jagras. You'll have to defeat them and complete this quest, and then a little bit later on, you'll go through a quest to defeat some Kestodons. So these are the Kestodons here. It's in the same area that you fought in the first section, but just a different type of monster to fight against. Again, we have to go through this one before we can fight the large monster that we're after. Oh, and by the way, if you're looking for this weapon, it's called the Iron Blade. So I would recommend the Iron Blade. That seemed to work a lot better than the first one I tried. So after you've completed the Kestodon quest, you'll be prompted to go see the field team leader, and he has found some footprints. And these footprints, you need to follow them, and you need to follow these little green flies that are buzzing around. These will lead you to the Great Jagra, which is the large creature that we need to defeat, and the thing that will unlock our 75 rewards points for us and complete this quest. So immediately after this, I thought I knew what I was doing. I was going to follow the footprints and keep track of the Great Jagra, but I lost track of him. So I ended up heading back to the home base, the home camp, and basically taking a left from the start past the honey area, and that got me back to where I was seeing the footprints again. So follow those green footprints, pay attention to which direction they're pointing when you find one, so that you can go in the same direction that the Jagra went in. And if you're not seeing a footprint, then you may need to back up a little bit, go back to the last footprint that you saw, and make sure that you're going in the direction that the footprint is facing. So you can see this one's heading in the opposite direction where I was heading, so I've sort of course corrected now so that I am following him. And here's another footprint. You can see how it kind of leapfrogs from one to the next, and you can keep track of where he's gone that way. Just keep following along the path, and you will eventually run into him. Now, something that you'll see at the upper left corner of my screen right now is my sword, or my iron blade. It has sort of a pink color to it right now, and basically that means that my weapon is not very sharp. So I'm getting prompted to use the whetstone at this point, which is not the easiest thing to figure out, but I'll show you how to use the whetstone in just a minute to sharpen up your blade. So basically what you want to do is hit the left bumper, hold it down, and then on your right stick, point straight up and release, and that should activate the whetstone, and it should sharpen your blade for you. Now, it'll take a minute or two to do that. Probably not a minute or two. We'll say like 10 seconds to do that. So it's kind of something that you don't usually want to do in the middle of a battle. You kind of want to do it before a battle. But in any case, I started without using the whetstone to sharpen up my blade, so that means that my attacks are not very effective. They're not doing a lot of damage. You saw I got like five damage for a swing there. So yeah, make sure your blade is sharpened up every time before you go into battle. That would be a good tip. So here we go. We're still trying to use the whetstone. So there's the whetstone. So I'm holding down the left bumper, and then I'm pushing up on the right stick and releasing, and now you can see that he is sharpening the blade, and you'll see at the upper left corner of the screen that the blade goes up, and it's half green at this point, so it's not completely sharpened. So let's sharpen it up one more time with the whetstone and get it to where that bar is completely green, so now it's pretty much as sharp as it can be. If only it were that easy to sharpen a blade in real life. It would take you 5 seconds and you're done. Doesn't really work like that. But anyway, in this game, I'm happy that it does work like that, and we're back to fighting the Jagra. Now this battle goes on for quite a while. It kind of has multiple phases to it. It'll probably take you about 10 minutes to actually defeat this monster, and you kind of have to chase it around. You go through a bit of a dance of attacking it, and then it retreats, and then attack it, and it retreats, and it adds some new combos and some new moves to its arsenal that it attacks you with. Eventually, you'll go all the way back to its lair and defeat it in its lair. So I'm skipping ahead a bit here to a later spot in the battle. This is back when we've gone all the way to the lair of the Great Jagra, and it actually has some other smaller Jagras that are in here that don't really fight too much against you. They just kind of get in the way of the battle and distract you a little bit. But yeah, we're about to defeat him. My blade has dulled just because I've been attacking him so much, so it's almost time to use the whetstone again, but he's almost dead, so I'm thinking I could just hammer it home here and he will get defeated, and there we go. It says main objective complete.
Okay, let's head back and report to the old man.
So there's one more little splash screen that appears here that says quest complete, but our Game Pass quest is not complete just yet. You've got another long cutscene to watch here about yet another monster that needs to be defeated. I assume that is the fourth quest of the game, but luckily we don't need to complete the fourth quest of the game. We just need to finish watching this cutscene, and then our quest will complete after that. So I'll go ahead and skip to the end of the cutscene. Since I can't skip it in the game, we can skip it here in the editing process and get to the quest completion.
Maybe.
So after the cutscene, you've got a stats screen where it's showing you how well you did throughout the quest that you completed. And I believe we've got an achievement that unlocks at that moment. And there it is. There's the monthly quest complete and ready to turn in. So we'll hold down the Xbox button and turn in that quest for 75 rewards points. That is going to do it for Monster Hunter World. I'm glad you slugged it through that game and made it all the way to the end. I commend you for sticking with it for that long for the 75 rewards points. More guides coming out tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, please be sure to click the subscribe button on YouTube and hit that bell for notifications. You can also find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Microsoft rewards and achievement guides, and I'll see you in the next one.